What is the greatest unsolved mystery of all time? My favorite is the Chicago TV hijacking. During a Doctor Who rerun in 1987, somebody dressed as Max Headroom hijacked the TV signal for a minute and a half, during which he exposed his ass and got spanked by a woman and mocked Coca-Cola. FCC has been investigating for years and nobody has been charged. What the hell happened to the 3 escapees of the inescapable Alcatraz? If they did survive or not, but if they did, that's one hell of a plan to escape undetected till to this day. The consciousness. A child is conceived, and at some point, once the brain becomes complex enough, it starts to develop a feeling of self. It starts to perceive itself as the center of something, and everything else is outside. We naturally distinguish the I from the rest of the world. This is a light that goes on in the head at some point. In deep sleep, unto narcotics or after injury, the light can flicker or go out. When we die, the thing that is me is gone forever. Or is it? Religion says it's not. It's a everyday mystery that gets more mysterious the more we think about it. I find this to be the most fascinating question there is. For me, it's the fact that a big company like Reddit has the shittiest video player to ever play video. The Chicago Tylenol murders in 1982. Who would do such a thing and why? Was it one person acting alone? Did they do it at the distribution center? Or did they go to different locations to tamper with the bottles? I find the story of the Mary Celeste fascinating. For a more recent one, that Vegas mass shooter who was a perfectly contented millionaire with a happy life and just opened fire on people from a hotel room. WTF was that about? Where that weird S that we all drew on our folders in high school actually came from. One I'm always fascinated with is, I believe in the mid-2000s a student at Ohio State mysteriously disappeared, and to this day they have no idea what happened to him. Basically, he went out to a popular bar with friends. The security camera sees him walking into the bar, and this is the only entrance, exit, as the bar is in a larger building, but it never sees him leave the bar at the end of the night. His name was Brian Schaffer. It's an interesting story, mystery to take a look at. D.B. Cooper. America's Lost Child, aka the Child in the Box. And X200B. He was discovered in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on February 25, 1953, having a fresh haircut, nail trims, but had been severely beaten. And X200B. Police ruled it off as a homicide, and the case is still open to find the murderer. The WOW! Signal. A strong narrowband radio signal detected on August 15, 1977, by the Ohio State University's Big Ear radio telescope in the United States. I read somewhere that the Vatican Library has some books which are kept hidden to this day as they were deemed heretical. Would love to know if it's true, and if so, what do they say? Who was Jack the Ripper? So we think the universe was created at the Big Bang, where all of the universe's matter was focused in such a small point and at such a high temperature that it led to the formation of atoms, our laws of physics, solid matter, etc. Makes sense, but what always confuses me is, how did that matter get into that point in the first place? Like, we know energy can't be created or destroyed, but it can't have just existed forever, right? Everything must have a beginning, yet this is sort of paradoxical because you can't make something out of nothing. Sure, maybe the Big Bang happened due to the collapse of a previous universe or something. In that case, where did the previous universe come from? Keeps me up at night, lol. What information was burned in the Library of Alexandria? The Adam case, where a little boy's torso was found in the River Thames. Investigators believe that he was trafficked from Nigeria to be murdered in a ritual sacrifice, but his body has never been formally identified. The path that led us where we are now. We can trace back to Africa 150,000 years. Now every time we find a bone or cave art, our assumptions are proven false. Who were the Denisovans? I want to know the path from standing upright to Reddit on my smartphone. Beaumont children. Bogle Chandler case. The family. How many victims did Ivan Milat really have, and did he work alone? Why does my cat scream in the middle of the night even though she has everything she needs? How did my brother's wife gave birth to 2 children while he was in military fighting for his country? Where is Shelley Miscavige?